asking the hypothetical question, if Michigan gets, sanctioned more severely than they already have, the self-imposed 3 games for the COVID recruiting deal and the 3 games from the Big Ten for the for Stallions Gate, whatever you want to call it. If for some reason they decide to do more, I don't know, can't go to a bowl game next year, whatever. It's all hypothetical. As a Michigan fan, was it worth it? And to me, it absolutely was. I know what I saw with my eyes. John, you certainly are a man of much more principle than I am. Would it be?
You're going to hate my answer.
Hypothetically.
I'm not going to do the hypothetical thing because I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know what are the details of what happened in this COVID recruiting situation. Does the penalty fit the crime? Or are they simply just coming after Jim Harbaugh because they have some disdain for Jim Harbaugh? And I don't necessarily know that I buy that either.
Okay.
So I've got to figure out what it is, what are the details, what actually happened before I can give an answer to that question.
So hypotheticals have to play out too?
Well, of course they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a fair question to really ask or answer because I don't know, if I don't know what the pen or what the violation was.
All right, so I'll play the full hypothetical. Oh. They cannot. They have a bowl ban for next year. Okay, that's it. That's what they decide.
Okay, that's fine. That's the penalty.
Yes. Was it worth it for that penalty?
What did they do?
Okay, let me.
Maybe I'm not.
This whole thing has been so hard for me to get.
Because I think I'm sorry, Tom, but I think it is much more than a cheeseburger. We've heard it's not just the cheeseburger, right?
Exactly.
That's what people are saying. I'm not.
You think it's more than that? Obviously,
if it's a cheeseburger,
right?
Then do I think they should? Would I regret what the results were? No.
Okay.
It's more than that, but I don't know what more than that is.
It doesn't matter. The whole cheeseburger thing's just lazy, though.
Right.
Yes.
There's zero doubt they committed a violation.
Right.
During the COVID
because they admitted
period.
it.
Okay, right, exactly. And the same thing here, they broke a rule with Stallion. So they deemed the COVID thing as a level 1.
Right.
Is that fair? Does that get appealed to a level 2? Does the Stallions thing, is that a level 1? I think if the NCAA comes down and says that that's a level 1 too, that they will combine both and the punishment will be significant, and that's the way you vacate wins. I don't think a bowl ban's on the table.
No,
you're penalizing the future. They've tried to get away from that.
True. 248-539-9797. Or maybe this is a fairer question. Well, maybe not. I'm saying, is it worth all the scorn and all that stuff? Yeah, it was, because who cares what people have to say about you? So, yeah, like I said, it's worth it for me.
I mean, if this is proven to be this Stallions thing that they actually gained, if they can somehow prove they gained a significant competitive advantage, that's a really big deal.
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I don't know. I can't rule it out.
Here we go. Here's some ticket text. Absolutely worth it. Go Blue. That's Ben from Ann Arbor. I'm a State fan. Of course it's worth it. I would take a scandal and a title any day. Dave from Warren. We are all scandalous. So no. Yes, because regardless of the results on the field doesn't change. The games have been played. Go Blue. Spartan fan here, and I will say without a doubt it is worth it. Championships are beautiful moments that last a lifetime. I want everything Michigan has right now, even the asterisk. And hey, if they have to vacate wins, that just means you get to celebrate 1,000 wins twice.
I mean, are they going to be forced to vacate wins this season? I mean, they beat 4 top 10 teams.
Right.
Yeah, but that was all after that.
Exactly. So that you would believe that this was very minor violation based on that.
Personally, I think if they have to vacate anything, I think it's last year. It's not this year because they basically didn't really, if you want to use the word cheat, I don't think they cheated for this season. Or at least they certainly, the first 3 games.
Well, didn't need to.
Right. I mean, heck, I would vacate the college football playoff appearance from last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares?
Right, you're right.
I like to vacate that from my memory.
Yeah. Michigan just
JJ would be undefeated.
Yeah.
Greatest quarterback.
Michigan
vacated his 1 loss.
Yes. Michigan just needs to accept, just like every other program, they aren't clean. Clean college programs don't exist. Well, without saying that, they did by self-imposing, right?
Yeah.
If the worst happens, Michigan will win a championship with 0 wins. I think fans will be fine with that, John, in Lake Orion.
Yes.
You're right. They'll be the only team to win a national championship with no wins.
I mean, last we knew, Connor Stallions wasn't cooperating, right?
Connor Stallions. Yeah, I honestly I don't know. That's
People are buying him beers everywhere, though.
Well, I would actually say if he cares about Michigan so much that he should fully cooperate and come clean.
Yes.
I think he's got a couple screws loose, so I don't know what he is going to do or not.
Unless he knows that other people knew. That's why
those screws fall out of his vacuums.
Yeah.
They're refurbished anyway, right?
You took wins over integrity, leaders in best. LOL. Okay. I mean, that's the question. And some people, I'd like to know where this person is a fan of, and if how the hell they would do it. I know the people who are really up in arms about this, they understand and they would take it too. They just don't want the arrogant Michigan hoity-toity, we don't do anything wrong. And there are a lot of fans who believe in that. That's the problem. If you don't care that you are now looked at as cheaters and are the most hated villain in all of college football, then yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a villain as long as you win.
Yeah, I mean, Brad Holmes wears the sweatshirt all the time.
For me, it was worth it. The memories will always be there, and the infractions in my mind were minor. If they were more severe, I might feel differently. If they had the other team's playbook or paying recruits prior to NIL or using steroids. The allegations are subjective, and given the record after the Stallions news broke, no one can say what they did actually gave them a competitive advantage. Russ in a car. Yes, I agree, but you can say by letter of the law, they cheated against Rutgers, so that game should be vacated. I don't believe that, but if you want to go by, like I said, the letter of that law. Mario in Windsor, what's up?
Hi, Mike. John, how are you guys doing? First-time caller to your program. Appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah. Thank you.
Guys, I'm wrestling with this, and I'm hoping you can help me out. You guys are much smarter than me. I'm a longtime Michigan fan. I've been a fan. I mean, I'm 62 years old. I've been a fan since the Bo Schembechler days. And obviously, Jim Harbaugh played under Bo Schembechler. I'm ecstatic about the championship. Don't get me wrong. But I'm so sick and tired of all the drama that's been brought to Michigan by the actions or inactions of Harbaugh and others associated with whether it's his staff, etc. I'm almost to the point where if he leaves, it wouldn't bother me at all. You know, bring in Sharon Moore or whoever to coach next year. It's just there's so much drama, and you know, I feel bad for these players who, I mean, they only had him for what, 8 games? He was suspended for the other 6.
6.
I mean, I'll defer to you guys. What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, I think, you know, say what you want. Would you rather have drama or a national championship?
Well, obviously, I'm happy with I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm ecstatic for the championship.
Look,
don't get me wrong. Ecstatic.
Look, I think
but
many of us.
What's going to happen next year? Suppose he signs the contract and comes back. How many more years are we going to endure other things similar to this?
Well, yeah, we have to decide. And look, I don't like the dalliance every year with the NFL. I don't like that stuff either. Sometimes,
that
even though
bothers me too.
Even though we talk to him every week, it's kind of weird in a way. But I've gotten to accept that. And you know what? If you win games, if the players love them, you know, does it really make a difference what we think of them?
No. It does. I mean, we can have our opinions. Anybody can have their opinions. And, I mean, so there's always some type of drama, right? Whether it's the Minnesota Vikings, it's Denver, it's a contract. He's going to take less. He's going to let his contract finish out. Then he's going to take less. Then he's going to sign a new contract. Like, I mean, the drama this year could be that, you know, maybe he does take an interview with an NFL franchise. Maybe he comes back. Maybe there's a contract offer. Maybe he doesn't sign that contract offer. He is still under contract for future years without any type of extension. I mean, there's a handful of ways that this could go, and we probably haven't even actually named the one way that it will go because it's Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And he's going to do something unusual. It feels like.
He always does. Some more ticket texts. Josiah from Lake Orion says, as a huge Michigan fan, no, it's not worth it. I would rather play real football and win it all rather than find a detour. Okay. Every big-time college program seems to have its scandals. It's how you deal with those scandals that tell us what kind of program you are. Michigan's self-imposing has tried to clean up its act. At Ohio State and the penalties they got, none for the tattoo gate problem they had. Find me a clean program, I'll call you a liar. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Michigan cheated in the 2023 season. Why would it not affect the 2023 season? Do we really know that they actually cheated for the 2023 season?
Well, Stallions
was there at
he was
the
on the
beginning.
He was on the sideline.
Yeah, and I do
But he was
think,
on the sideline at other games, reportedly,
Right.
or pictured.
You know, the one that always bothers me is the one how close he is to Minner down in Columbus last year. That's the one where I'm kind of like, okay, seriously, what's this guy that close to the defensive coordinator? That always bothered me. It just kind of was a red flag, you know. I don't know. And so, you know, if he was doing that earlier this year, I agree. I guess that argument can be made.
I saw a big boost.
You vacate wins from this season and still be national champions because it's not affected by the NCAA, right? It's not ran by the NCAA.
I saw a big booster on the sideline at the Rose Bowl the entire game near the coaches. You know, no big deal.
They auction those opportunities off to raise money for NIL.
I know. So I'm saying it's no big deal. So
they were on the plane.
Yeah.
Raise money to purchase tickets to other games.
Sign stealing is legal. Michigan is guilty of illegal scouting. Only haters want to make it bigger than it is. Well, they're tied together, but yes, technically you are correct. What's funny is nobody ever talks about how many times the Patriots got caught cheating. They only talk about how many Super Bowls they've had. No,
that's true.
Spygate and Deflategate have been talked about.
Sure,
plenty.
But the very minuscule conversations about those. It's
not
more
during
about,
the time period.
It's more
it wasn't
about the great. What are they talking about now? When's the last time you heard anybody bring up Spygate or Deflategate?
Right,
they're all talking about Bill Belichick. What is he going to do now with the New England Patriots? How are they going to let such a great and you know maybe the NFL's greatest coach leave?
But in 7 years, are we going to still talk about Connor Stallions? No. Just like when Deflategate happened, I mean, that was the hugest story of the world. And actually, he played better when the balls were regular, when they weren't deflated. The level 1 is because Jim was misleading. The cheeseburger was level 2, and it's all well worth it. Go Blue. All right. 248-539-9797. 9:35 will be joined by Wojo. He's always worth it, no matter how many violations you have to take.